Welcome to Plated Pleasures. I am Maggie Thomas. Today's recipe is variously called as dil kush, dil pasand, coconut bun, coconut naan. Depends on where you stay. You would have heard one of these names, I'm sure. So let's check out the recipe. For this recipe, you need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a little lukewarm water, about half to 3/4 of a cup for kneading this flour, 1 cup of fresh coconut scraped, about 30 grams of glaced red cherries, 25 grams of cashew nuts, 30 grams of pitted dates, 25 grams of almonds, 25 grams of tutti frutti, and 30 grams of raisins. We also need as a leavening agent some yeast. I will be using active dry yeast, the Fleischmann's brand. For 2 tablespoons of any edible oil, 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now, precision with respect to ingredients is very vital in any recipe. So it's a good idea to invest in a digital scale like I have. Let's begin by preparing the dough. So into my mixing bowl goes the flour, the sugar, milk powder and the salt, and now the yeast. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of yeast. If you add more yeast, the dough will rise faster, but it's good to use an optimal amount of yeast and not more, not less. Now I will add some oil, let's begin by kneading the dough. I will add this lukewarm water little by little. Our dough mix is almost ready. It should be a little tacky to the touch and not dry. So I will add some oil and also grease the bowl so that this dough does not develop a tough skin around it, and also it becomes easy to remove this dough from the bowl before kneading. I will now cover it with cling film and leave it for about 90 minutes. If the ambient temperature is high, maybe 60 minutes will do for the dough to rise. But if it's not so warm, then you might need around 90 minutes. While our dough is resting, I will coarsely chop the almonds, cashew nuts, the cherries, dates and the raisins. Now I am going to mix all the ingredients for our filling. fresh coconut. If you don't have fresh coconut, you can substitute it with desiccated coconut. Now the chopped almonds, the chopped cherries, the chopped dates, some tutti frutti, raisins, cashew nuts, and finally cardamom powder. So you will see this filling not only is a riot of colors, but it is also a riot of flavors. So you can add various dry fruits, whatever you like. If you wish to make this mix, this filling more sweet, you can add a tablespoon of sugar. Now our mix is ready. We will roll out the dough. The dough has risen well, and now I will gently degas the dough, for which I will put it on a flat surface. Like I told you in the beginning, it's good to have precision in your recipe. So we need to divide this into two. Just take an approximate 50-50 and check the weight on my scale. So it's exactly equal. I will set aside one dough ball, leaving it covered. I will flour the surface, and after making it a smooth ball by tucking it down, keeping the seam side down, I will roll it into an 8 or 9 inch diameter. Always choose a lightweight rolling pin and roll it, making it a smooth circle. This roll is about 9 inches in diameter. Make sure it is evenly rolled out. Now it goes into my pan, which is lined with a parchment paper. I will now put the filling over the roll. Isn't this a beautiful mix? Now while putting the mix on this, just ensure you leave a 1 inch area, the perimeter of this roll, because we need that to roll this inwards. There are two ways of putting this over the first roll. Either you can roll it over the rolling pin and unroll it over that, or you can take it on one hand and put it over there. If you don't feel so confident, you can fold it like I'm doing and slowly unfold it over this. I believe this is the safest way and hassle-free way of superimposing this. Now we need to gently dab it down to seal the edges of this coconut naan. And then, to ensure that these contents don't spill out, it is good to twist it inwards. Twisting it all along the edges. While the oven is being preheated for 10 minutes at 180 Celsius, I will allow this to rest for about 20 minutes. To get a good browning on the dil kush, I will have to use an egg wash. Now, vegetarians can just use plain milk and give a wash with plain milk. I will use the egg yolk. And brush this all over the surface of the dil kush. If you find this not spreading too well, you can add a spoon of milk. I will now put it in the oven and bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes. Every oven is different, so like I always say, it's better to have a range and err on the lower side. So you can start with 25. If it's not adequate, you can check and add another few minutes. Our dil kush is ready. Do try it out and let me have your comments, and if you like it, please share it with your family and friends. The ingredients for this recipe are listed in the description box below the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and until we meet again, it's bye from me.